Either ways, and we do have Fabi joining us. Fabi, what a crazy finish to that match, and how are you feeling right now?
Yeah, it was it was such a crazy game, and yeah, I'm still trying to get my heart rate down a little bit. Also, there was just one moment when the game is over. I mean, of course, I was completely winning at some point in the game. I blundered queen e8. I just didn't even see he has this move. I thought game's over after queen h8. And then, of course, he could have taken on. He could have just taken my rook. When I played e5, I mean, he has bishop takes e5 with check, and I resign. So I was about. I even had my mouse on the resign button at this moment. But then yeah, he gave me another chance, and I wasn't making progress. But of course, with no increment, it's pretty much impossible to defend against the queen.
Did you spot knight e6 as soon as you played e5? What happened there?
Yeah, I saw it as soon as I played e5. Otherwise, I probably would have played d6. I didn't play d6 because I thought knight b7, rook e7, I win the knight, but he has bishop and pawn, and I'll never win this, most likely. But of course, it's better than resigning immediately after e5. But somehow, yeah, just some, in these games, with these split-second decisions, sometimes a mistake ends up working out for you. So there's always an element of luck. So even though e5 was, of course, a terrible mistake, it probably ended up winning me the game. And that's sometimes how these things turn out. So, of course, it is kind of a miraculous win for me. On the other hand, I did feel like I was outplaying him very cleanly, and then suddenly I missed queen e8, and I have to work all over again to win the position, which was certainly winning before I played queen h8. And I have to say that he's very, very resilient. He's really holding on, even in the most difficult situations. So definitely a very, very tough opponent.
And Fabi, just coming back to the match again, in game 3, Denis won and took the lead. Game 4, you made a very important and it was an awesome game to watch. You made your comeback. How did you get ready for game 4? How did you make that switch with your mindset?
Okay, I didn't really get ready too much. I mean, I've been in this situation quite often recently that I have to win a game on demand. So I managed to find a way to stay calm in these situations. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But it's not an unusual situation, so I don't really panic when I get into it. And yeah, I mean, I felt like this was similar to, let's say, my match against Artemiev earlier this year in the Champions Chess Tour, where I was also in a must-win situation. I've had this against Magnus, against Wesley, also in the World Cup twice. Twice against Prague when I didn't manage, and also against in the last match I played. I did kind of manage against Abasov in a classical game. So it's 50-50. Sometimes you manage, sometimes you don't.
And Fabiano, as far as I can work out, I think you've played maybe the most games out of anyone in World Chess over the last month. How are your energy levels feeling?
Well, I don't know, because there's this other player called Hans Niemann who plays pretty much every single day, and sometimes he plays more than 30 games a month. So I'm not sure I'm catching up quite to him. Yeah, okay, my energy levels are a bit up and down. After the World Cup, they were pretty much at the bottom, and I was traveling yesterday, so I got back around 7 p.m. and I played 10 a.m. my time this morning. So at least I had a little bit of time to sleep. I managed to sleep like 10 hours, which was unusual when you're jet lagged. So I wasn't feeling too tired or anything, but of course it is nice I am looking forward to getting some rest whenever I do get it.
And Fabi, speaking of Hans, with Chess.com's statement about him coming back into competitive play, and I know that this is a topic that you have covered on your C-Squared podcast. Just wanted to get your views and thoughts on perhaps even seeing him in the Champions Chess Tour.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing Hans again. I haven't played him since the U.S. Championship, and we were playing quite a bit online in the Rapid Chess Championship when it was happening last year, and in Title Tuesday and so on. So personally, I'm happy to see him back. I don't really know the details of what went down, but yeah, I think it's good for chess overall in general when all the most interesting and also strongest players in the world are playing.
It's really nice to hear. And Fabi, we are getting a confirmation that you are playing Magnus tomorrow in the winners semi-final. So looking ahead at that match, your thoughts?
Well, I'm happy to be there because, of course, I could have been in the losers bracket after this match very, very easily. So I'm happy to be playing Magnus again. And it's sort of like, I think I've usually managed up in Magnus's side of the bracket. So we were supposed to play, or like we were kind of slated to play in this second event, but we didn't because Artemiev beat Magnus. And then we did play in the one previous to this. And Magnus beat me 2.5, 1.5. So I'm hoping to get some revenge. Of course, I don't expect it to be easy. Of course, playing Magnus is always a colossal struggle, but hopefully I'll be up to the task.